Hello, my name is Dominic Underhaul and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode we're going to look at another of the three captains in the new Command and Control to see how I've built a list and how I'm running an Extilior list this time. So, to look at the list itself, we're going to queue up into a player game, and it's a list I actually use on the stream, but I've changed this slightly. I've just made one small tweak, and what that is going to be is that I'm going to be taking out Beatrice Enforcer. In fact, I believe I can now do this here, and swapping that for the one and only Torian Guardian. So, this list here, what I'm doing is I'm trying to run a list where we can really leverage Furia. So we're going to be playing Furia on turn 1 most of the time, and Furia is actually seeing a lot of play at the moment because she's just got the stacking damage, and it's not necessarily for what it used to be, which was just stack it up and up and up until you can get a combo and kill someone. It's actually usually to chew through armoured units, to choose through high defence units, or just to take something out as and when you need to. And it's really, really powerful to have that just, one tap kill something option. Now, because I'm me, I've still gone for Fatetwister Tantun as another option, so we can go for the combo if we need to, but it's not going to be our primary game plan. Now, for other things that are working alongside that, we've got Axl Pyro, Detonia, and Scattervine as our other 2-drops, and I know I said previously what I like to do is have alternating sort of 2-drops and 4-drops, so that you can go a 2-drop on one turn, the following turn play a 4-drop without having to really damage your tempo that much, so you're not missing out a turn on playing a unit. And then more expensive units following on from that, we've got Crankbait just for real utility, so that grapple's really useful now that the assists are gone. The extra 2 cinders really useful. We've got Tona, Mystic, Manteo for that longevity. Aria for a little bit of extra damage, and the ambush is really useful for stealing control points, and Torian Guardian for a little bit of defensive stats. What I found actually in some games, if you're in a situation where you're going second and you see what your opponent's going to do and a Furia is not going to do the job, what you can do is just deploy Tona, Mystic, Manteo somewhere fairly safely, the next turn deploy a Torian Guardian, and suddenly you're in a really, really safe spot. I mean, you could play Tona and something else. You get 5 Cinder initially, so you could play, say, Tona and Detonia. You can still use your Extilior's abilities, you can use Detonia's ability, and you can then play Torian the next turn to defend your captain, and the chance of you taking much damage in quick order, not very high. And this idea was originally one that I saw mentioned by Pax, who's actually one of our Patreon supporters, so thumbs up to you, Pax. Thank you for all of your support with the channel so far. And I've tried to work it into what I think is a reasonable list. I really do find Scattervine very useful. That immediacy is something that can pull you out of a situation you might not otherwise be prepared for. So for now, I'm going to jump into some games and have some fun. I want to say, if you've enjoyed this, please do hit that subscribe button. It really does mean a lot to me every time someone subscribes. And if you really want to support the channel, the best thing you can do is head over to the Patreon, and the link is in the description down below. But for now, I'll see you in game. Okay, we have found our game. Quick session. Hey, we're against Bad Fun Your Imper. I have not seen them in a long while. And of course, playing Extilior, there is no other way. If you're familiar with them, they enjoy a good bit of Extilior. Also, Acid Maker Matek from the Cargo Run. Unhealthy obsession, but we'll leave that for now. So, I've actually not played against them in quite a while. It's probably been a couple of months, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this goes. And also, if I remember rightly, we should now have our fancy Turncoat skin as well, paint job. Okay, so this is a 2 victory point map, so this is one of those ones where we just want to find our fastest way there and pop an Aria down, but it looks like they're going to be able to get there first. So we're going to be at a little bit at odds in terms of the objective advantage, but if they can't deploy anything useful straight away, like if this is a melee unit, I don't know, because we can force them towards here actually. Yeah, so it's Furia. So against Furia, I'm probably going to be more inclined to play something like a Detonia or something that just chips away at things. I'm not going to be rushing out Furia here because, honestly, terrible into Furia. Also, they've saved up 3 Cinder, so the likelihood is they're going to be trying to save for something bigger the following turn. I wish this was more objective so I could have a good use for Aria, but for now, I think I'm just going to play Detonia out fairly far forward. Probably Axl Pyro feels like the right choice here as well, to go for sort of a second option. There we are. And actually just going to Shield of Hope onto Axl. He's the squishiest of the lot of us. And we can go for, we've saved 1 Cinder, we can go for something that costs 4, or we can go for something else in a little bit. Here I'm actually going to consider going for Turncoat early on, if they play another melee unit. Because if we can steal a Turncoat, or steal something with Turncoat, we're in such a strong position. Now, what are they going to do? Have a look at this beautiful little paint job there. Very ghostly. Also, I should just say hi as well. Okay, that does not sound as cheerful as it should do. Yes.
Responding. Yes.
Oh, come. Oh, it's me. That whole time I was waiting for them to do something, and it was my turn.
Error admitted.
Error admitted seems very much accurate here. Okay, so here comes Extilior, and here comes their 6-drop. If this is something like Crash, we're just going to have to start damaging it and running away, I'll be honest. There's not really much else to do. Because a Crash on that objective, we're going to have to start chunking at. Okay, they're going defensive. It's going to be something big, though. So this could be like a Florio. This does look like it could be Quetzali. Okay. Yeah, so super safe Quetzali there, that's fine. But they can only deal 7 damage to things if we need to, so we just want to put something out and around here. So, what do we want to do? I mean, we could tow onto an objective, so let's be honest, we're probably not doing anything damaging here. Detonia's range is still massive though. So let's just stick Axl Pyro back here. Detonia can come over here because this just is not easily accessible for them logistically. Oh, hang on, I thought we were towing onto that point. Oh well. Bring Extilior up behind. My question is, what do we want to play? Funny enough, because they're all melee, I actually think we're popping a Turncoat down to de-incentivize them coming over. Yeah, I actually think that's the right call. So we're just going to pop Turncoat down over here. Try and make it less appealing for them to come over towards us. And that way we can try and, you know... We can basically... Next turn we can play something else. We're probably playing an Aria next turn and trying to get some angles, like over here maybe, and take some shots. But we just want them to be a little bit scared of coming towards us. So obviously this is only relating to crew, but if they come up all the way with their captain, we can start putting damage out as well. Okay, so this they can obviously move in and then up. That's pretty reasonable, but we have the same damage as they do, so as long as they're not wasting movement. Yeah, and they can come on up here again. What's this going to be? So there's a Tona. Okay. So they're just going for damage here, and they've only got one Cinder, so we can actually just start pushing back on this and just go for damage ourselves. Funny enough, with Detonia, we might even be able to lob some things over this direction, which would be quite fun. So this looks like a situation where we want to just go for damage now, because we're kind of stuck here. They can't bring their units towards us, they can just block things with Furia. Maybe that's the way to go. And if we can get the burn on, that helps, but they're going to heal it every turn with that. So, looking at their melee units, I'm almost tempted to put Aria down there. So, no range on this. And they've got no way of easily doing 1 damage here without being vulnerable. Oh, we did not mean to hit ourselves there. So we're going to put this here just to try and force a bit of damage out.
We're burning time here.
And I think we just...
Executing.
Yeah, I think we're just going to spin and hit, go for that. And then, honestly, I think we just bring... It could even just be Torian here. Let's bring Torian down. We want to put it somewhere that... Can they move through? Okay, they can't. Good. So if we put Torian down just here, this protects Detonia a little bit better. We can move Axl over here for a future turn. And honestly, Turncoat can just stay there. There we go. okay, so this isn't unreasonable. We're not doing too bad. We're still kind of at risk over here. Because this could miss, or they could just hit us. The problem is trying to deal with this. So we probably should actually have just started running our Turncoat that way. This is interesting. I'm not sure what the correct plays are here. We need some long range. So depending on what they play, this should just be an Aria turn. Actually, we should have put Aria over here or something. To just either have access to an angle up here or over there. Yeah, that should have been an Aria. Okay, so what are they going to play? I definitely feel like I've made a couple of mistakes here. What have I got on my roster? So we've got our own Tona, Aria, Crankbait, Furia. I mean, Furia could be good in this situation, so maybe we just spend a couple of turns saving for Furia. Yeah, and go for the... Okay, they got the hit, which is unfortunate. So they're going to heal 4 here, which is also unfortunate. So we need to find ways of getting into this. And really just starting putting damage out. So I think we have to start doing weird things. I don't know how we do this. I kind of feel like I'm just being brick-walled by Extilior, and obviously we can play our own Tona down, but does that really do anything?
Your heart beating fast too?
I mean, at peak efficiency.
We can obviously just hit this. We can Sword of Justice.
Repression in progress.
What if we came to like here? Could we find a cheeky angle down the side maybe? I don't know if we can, but let's see what we can do. That works.
Could we throw this
And I guess we could just keep attacking. And hope they miss. Okay, they did miss. And yeah, I think this is a place an Aria down somewhere kind of turn. I think over here, because it gives Aria options to go in either direction. We should Shield of Hope this. Turncoat is going to move forward. Come on, Turncoat. I don't know why I couldn't move then. I literally couldn't click. Hang on, why do they get 2 victory points? Oh, they didn't. Okay, I'm not sure what just happened then. Yeah, so obviously we lose this. We're going to just lose to Detonia. I don't know how we fight our way through this. This is very awkward. Because Stitchies is going to out-heal things. We can try and race, but we use Cinder to attack and they don't. The fact we just can't fit anything past this base is very frustrating. Like, one large model blocking the entire thing. Again, I'm not sure what our best choice is. I'm not, like, I don't think Quetzali's really done much here. It allowed 1 turn quicker for this to happen, but obviously I'm probably not playing this correctly. This is where I wish I had something like a Florio. Florio would do well here. So I think next turn we have to play our own Tona. And try and just slow this down a little bit. We can just keep trying to put damage in, heal up a little. And they're doing the same thing as us. Okay, so this game is just a bizarre one.
Defensive field activated.
Why does it say I can move over here? Oh, I'm clicked on them. Yeah. At this point, we are just gonna move to about... Okay, so how far can you move, Extilior? Barely any. But this can move to about here and stay safe. Which unfortunately does still leave them in options of moving. Oh dear.
Roast your rations for you.
Again, we'll just, I guess, push damage because we can't get close enough to get all of them. What happened to our Detonia? Oh, yeah, our Detonia died, didn't she? I think that was the biggest turning point. This is our Detonia dying. What if we just stillness here and start poking this down?
A fluke, Captain.
We can still melee this, that's fine. We play our own Tona somewhere like over here.
Respect all life.
Why can Manteo not can there we go. So now I just wish I had that additional cinder. Shield ourselves. We're giving them points as well. So again, if they stay near here, we might be able to start taking this out with Turncoat. That starts changing things. They do want to come here, that's fine. We know we're going to lose Torian. But we should start gaining health, and maybe if we're lucky we can start taking units out. Yeah, so we still can't move enough. Maybe a Crankbait would have been good here. This is good, but again, they don't have enough damage here. But they're just going to run away. So they're at 12. They're going to heal 4. So they're at 16, and we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 basically. So we can't beat them even in the best situation unless they spend all their cinder for no reason. Or we could Scattervine. I suppose Scattervine works. For some reason my clicking on things isn't going very well here. Yeah, okay, yeah, they heal as well, so yeah, they're going to be way out of our range here.
Always much to consider.
The question is can we do anything about this? We need to save up for Crankbait. Is Detonia in range of Aria here? Okay. So lots of healing going on, but we've got 8 cinder.
Input orders.
So the question here is, can we get in range of anything with that? Not really. Oh dear.
This mask really draws the eye.
So we've got no attacks where we stood with Aria, but that's fine. We can work around that a bit. Honestly, here I think we just take a pot shot. Okay, well that said 100% when I hovered over it, so I'm guessing it hadn't removed the accuracy buff.
Your commands.
So I guess we still just go for this.
Defiance noted.
Sword of Justice.
It is your expiration.
Move this over here. Why can't I click on things today? Right, Extilior can run away.
Time is limited.
Lovely
And
day
then
for a cookout.
let's deploy some Scattervines. Okay, this is all a series of mistakes here. We've actually lost this game now. Oh no, we haven't. We can heal. I don't know how we do this. This feels very uphill struggle kind of thing.
I do what I must.
Let's see. Yeah, they can kill this, and that's, I think, a necessity, because I don't think we're getting anywhere with Turncoat is the problem. Again, I don't really feel like the Quetzali did much. I just don't think we could beat this whole wall here. Like, we needed a chuck and go. That's what this list really needed. A chuck would have changed this whole thing. We could have chucked something out. We could play a 2-drop earlier. Yeah, we're going to lose 1 or 2 of these. But we can just generate so much cinder that I'm curious as to how this ever ends. But the fact is, we need to start one-shotting units because we can't out-damage Stitchy and Tona. So we need to find ways of just churning out damage here. If they move up further again, we might actually be in with a chance here. Because we can start looking at getting Axl Pyro in range. And that could really make a difference. Okay, so let's try this. Yeah, so there comes Stitchy. Is Stitchy... I was going to hope they heal their captain, but unfortunately not, I don't look like. Okay, so we need to get that line of sight. So with stillness and just go for that. How is that 75? Okay, so that went down.
We're burning time here.
Get Axl in to just fire flamer a couple of things. We might as well get 2 if we can.
Who's you now, huh?
Awaiting directive.
Not really sure how we go about this. It's the Torian buff. Oh, that was Torian. I thought it was Furia. No wonder we missed. Oh dear. I think we Sword of Justice. Yeah.
Panic. Fluids.
Probably just run back this way, send Tona off in this direction. And I think probably just play a Crankbait. Maybe like back here. No, Crankbait over here. There's no need to shield and hope ourselves. This can just run away a little and try and keep it alive. It doesn't do anything. I think we've lost this to points. I don't see how we can assault this position really. Yep, they can kill our Axl Pyro. I thought that might happen. Right, so this is one of the obvious fundamentals of this list. So maybe I could have gone for a Furia earlier on and tried stacking it up and just keeping it safe. And eventually this probably would have been a good game for it, actually, come to think of it. So I think this is very much a lesson of what not to do. I've been too focused on getting a unit out every turn that I think I've actually priced myself out of my only real win con. So what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to try and just run away for 2 turns, send Tona one direction, Extilior the other, and try and stack up a Furia until we can win. I don't think it's very likely, but they're all melee apart from Detonia. So, yeah, Detonia, I would kill this. Absolutely. Oh, they can hit both. I thought they were far enough away from each other. So yeah, I think we're just on the runaway plan. I don't think there's anything else we can do. They've got so many units, but we're not giving up yet. Because also, Crankbait being fast and other things means we might actually be able to run away reasonably. So basically, the only thing we're really scared of is Detonia, as it stands at the moment. So, we will take our 1 turn 8 health restore. And Crankbait can just head all the way over here. There's no point in grappling chain that, so let's just send Tona in a different direction. And then we haven't got anything that really helps, so
I scope with my will scope.
you know what we could have done is actually pulled this out, and we could have killed the. Oh no, we can't kill it because it's got 1 shield. We could have potentially killed the Stitchy. That would have been better. Let's just end the turn and gain 8. And see if next turn we can start trying to safely deploy our Furia and win in that respect.
Nice complexity.
There you go. So we've lost our Tona. That's fine. We knew that was going to happen. Happy to get our one last little boost out of this. Stitchy's hiding away. We're going to run away. And to be honest, this just comes down to whose list has got what. Because our 2 last units are Tantun and Furia. So what we're going to do is we're going to run away with Furia over and over again, protecting her as much as possible. And then on the 1 turn when it becomes relevant, we will send out Tantun. Interestingly here, I do think it's right for us to sort of move down this way and play Furia in that direction. And just try and... I think we have to try and take out things like Tona first. If we can pull Tona out of position, we're in such a good spot. Because we can well, not a good spot. Well, I don't know why I said such a good spot. It would be great for us to have that happen. You can tell that I'm actually just really having to concentrate on this. This is a really complicated game. Like, I think we're very likely to lose, but the thing is we're not out of it yet. In fact, we don't have enough turns. There's no way we have enough turns to do this, yeah. I keep forgetting about victory points. That's one of the really good things about victory points. It puts an end date on the game. And yeah, there's no world in which we can check this up fast enough. So that is absolutely a win for our opponent. Bad fun you're in, but really glad to see you back to the game. This was not the most fun experience from a game point of view because I just didn't have the tools or didn't think of the answer early enough. So this is largely on me. I think this is a loss partly in the list building, but also partly in how I played this as well, because I really did play too much on the board and didn't give myself enough options of how to win the game. I was too busy trying to figure out how to just stay alive on the point without actually winning the game. So well played, Bad Fun You're in, but absolutely picked me apart. I just couldn't walk past an Extilior on a bridge. It sounds really simple, but I genuinely couldn't make my way past that unit. I didn't have the movement things in place early enough, and all in all I just fell by the wayside. I couldn't do anything about it whatsoever. That was a really, really tough game, and I think that's going to probably affect how I list build for at least the next couple of weeks, thinking about how do I deal with situations like that. So, awesome game. I really want to say congratulations to Bad Fun Your Imper. What a great game it was. They've clearly thought this game plan out of let's just make Extilior live for as long as possible and have a little bit of, in and out with the support, and it worked really, really well. So, again, great game. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please head over to the YouTube, or stay on the YouTube and hit the subscribe button, or drop a comment, drop a like, or if you really want to support it, please do head over to Patreon in the description down below. But thank you for watching, and most importantly, have a good day.